Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to Watchbox, and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, tmosso@thewatchbox.com. It's in the description below. Your purchase and pricing email question line for buying this or any watch you see on any Watchbox platform. Email me, tmosso@thewatchbox.com for details. Today, we're discussing a watch made from 2004 to 2015. This is the second generation Vacheron Constantin Overseas self-winding. A timepiece, 42 millimeters in stainless steel, only 9.7 millimeters thick, and 50.8 millimeters from canted lug to canted lug. We'll throw it on my wrist, which is 16 centimeters in circumference, and you can see why this watch is considered to be an underrated gem. The second generation of the Overseas was a big step up in wrist presence from the first generation, but most people agree that the chronograph dominated attention back during that period, and relatively few examples of the self-winding were made. This is your equivalent to a Nautilus 5711. This is your equivalent to a Royal Oak 15300 or 15400, and yet it gives you the capability of an offshore in that compact sub 10 millimeter thick package. My wrist is 16 centimeters circumference, but you can see because of the downward cant of the lugs, you could wear this watch on a wrist as small as 14 centimeters circumference, and it easily slides underneath the cuff. Taking a look at the bracelet, I believe that this is the best finished generation of Overseas bracelet. There's no doubt that the first generation was more intricate, but it's also a little bit more delicate. The second generation gave you all of the quality of detailing that you got on the first generation, but it was more robust. It was less likely to kink, which the first generation has a tendency to do. The third generation bracelet is beautiful, but it has some limitations. First, some corners were cut to add as many features as they did. And on the third generation bracelet, with few exceptions, you can't pull the bracelet straight down. It always wants to flare out and fight. So this gives you the ability to pull the bracelet straight down around a smaller wrist. So this is a 42 that wears true to size, maybe even a little bit smaller. I consider this watch to wear about like a 40 millimeter round watch. The detailing is great. As you can see, even the recesses of the links have been finished, both satinated and polished. There's a lovely transitional bevel that runs perfectly aligned along the shoulders of the links. They're polished on their outer face. Here you can see every single link is removable on both sides for ease of sizing, and you really will get a good sizing given the amount of removable links available. You can see we have these little indentations in the pushers that release the clasp, designed to evoke the Maltese cross, which you'll find on the dial of the watch. That's the symbol of Vacheron. We see those Maltese cross style pushers. We have a double folding clasp here, and you can see it forms a Maltese cross when you close it. We have center links in the bracelet that echo that Maltese cross design, and then we have a bezel that has that Maltese cross profile on its outer rim. Note the attention to detail. The lug hoods and the case top are satinated. The flanks are polished. There's a bevel that separates them. You can see that the bezel is primarily polished, but the recesses are satinated. We have a screw down crown. Once again, the Maltese cross. The watch is 150 meters water resistant. Remember, a standard Royal Oak offshore is 100. Standard 5711 is 120, and a standard Royal Oak 15500 even today is only 50, so you're getting a lot here. The dial features a sort of herringbone pattern and a broad rehaut or chapter ring outboard for reading your minutes and seconds. The quarter Arabic numerals 12, 3, 6, and 9, as well as the indices and the hands are white gold, but you can see the indices, hands, and numerals have all been blackened for better contrast against the silver base. The watch is well lumed. We'll show that now. Bring my camera back, went off kilter there. The lume is abundant, absolutely no ambiguity. It lights up the whole dial. Now, taking a quick look, you can see that the watch includes a caseback featuring the image of the Italian naval training vessel Amerigo Vespucci, widely considered to be one of the most beautiful full-rigged ships in the world. Now, on the reverse side, you can see there's polishing, there's chiseling, there's a radial satin finish on the initial surround of the ship. Then there's a circumferential concentric satin finish outboard. Underneath this is a soft iron cage that gives the watch 25,000 ampere per meter anti-magnetism. So we have our 150 meters water resistant and 25,000 ampere per meter anti-magnetic. Remember, ISO 764 says an anti-magnetic watch is 4,800 ampere per meter, so this is 25,000. It uses a Vacheron Constantin caliber that is based on a JLC, and it's based on the JLC 899, which is the free-sprung version of the old 889. It is a thin, fine, high horology movement. It is a unidirectional winder with ceramic rotor bearings, a 38-hour power reserve, stop seconds, a quick set date, 8 beats per second, so 4 hertz. It is free-sprung and adjusted in 5 positions, the free-sprung architecture making it tough, the 5-position adjustment making it accurate. And for a long time, dating back to the 19th century, Vacheron and LeCoultre are often joined at the hip historically, so a Jaeger-LeCoultre movement inside of Vacheron is very much in keeping with both companies' heritage. Reach out to Team Mosso at thewatchbox.com for purchase and pricing details.